The Awakening is a pretty powerful tool in Naruto Storm 4, an element that can turn the tables of a combat in a matter of seconds, but just as there are good awakenings like those we saw in the last top, there are also awakenings that don't offer many benefits, they may even be counterproductive. So let's see the 10 worst awakenings in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. Before you say anything, yeah, I know Naruto Storm Connections is already out and I'll surely be posting some content about that soon, but right now I had this ranking that a lot of you guys were asking for since the 10 best awakenings video, so let's enjoy one of the last rankings for Naruto Storm 4. Number 10. Mifune. You know, this position could have been occupied by a good number of different characters, precisely because I don't think it is a bad awakening, but it is one of the many which, in addition to the default advantage of all awakenings of invulnerability to projectiles and having preference in the chakra clashes against the opponent, it doesn't have any other very significant advantage. Yes, it has a couple of awakening actions, but if you take a closer look, they take a little time to be executed and also the damage is not worth it. It's much better to do a whole down combo. By the way, the great majority of characters in Awakening with a down combo can remove you half of a life bar, but here with Mifune, while the damage is not bad, it's true that it's not as much as many other characters can deal. I leave it at this point of the top, but again, it's not that bad. 90% of characters have a decent Awakening. Number 9. Orochimaru. Something very similar to the previous happens to this awakening. The damage in his combos could be better, but the fact is his tilt will never perform completely. It is a tilt of several hits where he is winding in and leaving the floor, but only the first hit enter until the rival can defend himself again. In this case, the best would be to change character after giving the first hit, because if you keep trying you will be exposed and you will lose your turn. In addition to that, it has no awakening actions, and the truth is not very worth it to change from its base state, only if you want to do a little more damage. Number 8. PTS Shikamaru. Shikamaru as a base character is very underrated, but his awakening more than everything ends up harming one of his best attributes, his infinite combo. A change in his hitbox when he gives this kick in the middle of his combo doesn't allow him to continue it after a hollow step. This is a great quality of his base form, but here he loses that advantage. It has no actions on awakening and is very similar to the vast majority of awakenings, which only offer an improvement in damage and speed. But believe me, PTS Shikamaru is a very good character in his base state. Number 7. Tamari. This awakening is full of flaws. Let's see the first one. Her combo as a character who fights from a distance has one of the slowest initial hits I've seen in the entire game. The opponent can go to have a T and come back, and Tamari has not yet completed the animation of the first blow, and by finishing the combo the rival can recover with a rebound. The air combo must be calculated by distance for it to hit, because otherwise the attacks will go over the rival, leaving you open. The actions in Awakening are also very meh. A couple of tornadoes she makes with her summoning that has little stun, but could at least serve as a melee combo extension. Tamari's jutsu is very good, it has a lot of range, it covers a lot of area, and the damage is great for a jutsu. But other than that, I don't see why using her Awakening. Number 6. Suigetsu. With this peculiar appearance, Suigetsu shows very few good attributes with his transformation. First, his first hit is so slow that after a chakra dash, it is impossible to start the combo without the rival being able to defend. The combo itself has very little damage to be an awakening, and to make it worse, that is the only combo it has in this state other than the air combo. The grab is pretty slow, it has many output frames, the tilt is not bad, and well, the jutsu are 3 water dragons that do not do the full damage if it doesn't connect with all the 3 ones. It has 2 actions in Awakening, one is another water dragon and the other is another water dragon, but this time it falls from the sky. 2 actions which, if they were not because they do damage even if the rival is lying on the floor, would be very weak. Finally, Suigetsu is another one that I would not use in Awakening. Number 5. Obito 10 Tails. This is one of the most broken characters in its normal state. It has 2 infinite combos, 2 combo cancels, a very fast jutsu, Good grab, good damage, excellent range, all is awesome, but here in Awakening is terrible, simply because its normal combo is bugged. The combo has an opening that allows the rival to defend himself in a half, leaving the melee character completely obsolete. His grab is not unblockable, they are just a blast of shurikens. The tilt is pretty slow, and the only restorable thing about the Awakening is his jutsu, since it's visually beautiful and has very good damage and good range. I don't recommend using the Awakening of this Obito, its base form is already a top tier. Number 4. Kankuro. Kankuro's Awakening has several problems when using Sasori. The same happens as with Obito. His combo is glitched, and the rival can defend himself in the middle of this. That is already a very big negative point. Now, the jutsu is very slow and doesn't hit entirely in most occasions. The grab is good but has a lot of exit frames. In summary, an Awakening that can bring you more problems than benefits. Number 3. Sasori. It's the same story, it's the same moveset as Kankuro since he is using him as a puppet. The combo is equally bugged, but with the difference that Kankuro's grab leaves the opponent poisoned, and Sasori does not. It only does damage if the attack connects. That's when we realize that the small details make the difference. Number 2. Reanimated Minato.
Holy shit! Believe it.
Yes, okay, let's see. One day I had to talk about this Awakening, and they overrated so much that it may even bother me. I'm going to explain step by step why the Awakening of Minato seems very weak to me. By the way, I want to remind you that much of this information that I'm going to share with you comes from various channels that focus largely on Storm 4, Harpo Plays, Karsi, or Poison Akami. If you don't know them, I recommend you go and follow them. They make very entertaining content about the game. The links will be in the description. Well, first we have to mention why they overvalue so much this Awakening and also the base character of Reanimated Minato. He's a very popular character, okay? In the series he's pretty popular, his design is great, his skills catch a lot of attention, and it's not secret to anyone that he's a fan favorite. Therefore, it is normal for it to be popular in a game. People like to use him. The problem is when these people who play this Naruto casually and they think they're pro players for beating a couple of friends at home, they want to act out and start saying every time that the character is the top tier because he is so fast that the opponent cannot react and has supposedly infinite pressure. Things that have no basis, okay? And the Awakening, obviously, by being one of the most hyped characters in the series when he took the QB chakra, people started to overvalue him a lot more. Now, something very important is that one of the biggest advantages that an Awakening can give you when you are playing is the preference when clashing chakra dashes with the rival. In a normal situation, they would repel each other, but the Awakening gives you priority in this situation, making your rival slightly stunned when this happens and you gain your turn to start hitting him automatically. Well, what happens to the characters who instead of making a chakra dash do a teleportation to the side of the rival? Well, they lose that advantage at once, and you could think that teleportation is even better, but it's not. Against a competent rival, teleportation doesn't give you priority at all. It only makes you less predictable in a combat that has bad connection. Minato has that problem. And well, let's pass on to his combos. Minato's combos in Awakening stop being melee. They are entirely shuriken based. And what happens normally with an Awakening? That you can break the rival's guard extremely fast if you keep the pressure. But keeping pressure with this character in Awakening, it's impossible. It falls very short if the rival is defending himself. Practically you need more than 10 shurikens in a row to break his guard, and by that point the opponent will already try to counterattack. His jutsu comes quite fast, that's true, but if the rival covers himself, Minato gets completely open. Obviously, if you think a little bit and this happens to you, you should instantly change character and not get exposed. But tell me then, what's the deal with having an Awakening that gives you more conditions than benefits? The jutsu is good, but if you fail, you must change character. If you want to get pressured, you must jump right after to continue the pressure with shurikens. The tilt is terrible with very low damage, and you will also be sold if you fail it. Everything is conditioned by the poor close combat management that this Awakening has, and it should not be like this. For me, it's not worth it. Number 1. Tenton. Let's see. Here the terms change a little since it is a character who fights from a distance with shurikens, but let me explain why it seems to me the worst awakening of the entire game. So, Tenton's moveset changes a lot. First, her only melee combo, even with the awakening buff, still has no major damage. The grab and aerial shurikens remain the same, but the rest of the skills were changed so that she used defense of the elements. The tilt is a rock blow from which the rival can recover with a rebound. The combo with square are 2 blasts of fire from which the rival can defend himself once the first hit is received. The charge shuriken is a very slow lightning falling from the sky. The 2 awakening actions, one is a small tornado from which the rival can also recover, and an avalanche of a single hit that doesn't have much damage either. I can't think of a reason to use this character in Awakening. It seems useless to me and I consider it to be the worst awakening in the entire game. Don't forget to write down your opinions and your personal tops. I really want to see what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the video. Soon I will continue bringing more tops that I know may interest you. And guys, thank you so much for watching. That was all for today and I'll be watching you in the next video. Take care and see ya.